What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV, and I'm your girl, Lady T. And today we are talking Braxton family values. So let's get into it, y'all. So look, I wanted to get this video out to y'all before I go to work. As y'all can see, get ready to go to my little weekend gig at Comerica Park. But anyway, let's get into the episode. Okay, so the episode picks back up where we left off. You know, Tracey is getting ready to go on stage, y'all. It is her showcase. She's about to debut her new single. Look. I can't do this with a straight face. I can't. I cannot talk about this thing with Tracey with a straight face. And one thing about me, y'all my fam. Y'all know I do not lie to y'all. I don't. Look. First of all, Tracey, you doing the most. Okay. First of all, she is having like a full-blown panic attack because she's nervous about the single and the fact that Kevin is in the audience and she's still upset about this nigga wanting to be engaged. Now look, Tracey, you doing the most. First of all, this young man is young. Remember when you were young and you made mistakes? You had to bump your head to learn and become the woman that you are today? Well, that's what he's want to do. Okay? So, stop, like, losing your composure. Like, you're literally losing your composure. Like, you sitting up here minutes before you going on stage, like, hyperventilating over this boy wanting to get married. If he get married and, God forbid, they break up or they get married and, you know, if they get divorced or whatever, I mean, I'm not saying, oh, well, but I'm like, you live and you learn. Your life was not without mistakes, not without heartache and whatever. So let him do what he has to do. It's not for you to just be all like, oh my God, he's getting married and I just don't want him to ruin his life. Like, we all know as parents that parents want their children to, you know, do better than what they did. And, you know, we want our children to, you know, not make the same mistakes that we've made. Get it? Got it. But you also got to learn that we don't become the people that we are without mistakes. So, Tracey, get over it. Like, she was just doing too much for me. I'm sorry. I just can't. So anyway, she's backstage, getting ready to go on stage. She has this little panic attack in the bathroom. Then she comes back out. And she goes on stage, y'all. Come here, Trina. Come here. Real quick. Singing is not for you. I know I said this last week, but I have to reiterate it. Singing is not for you. Okay? It's not. Like, stick with radio, go into comedy, do some acting. I don't know. Next week, I'll probably have a list of some more job opportunities for you. But singing is not for you. I'm not saying you can't carry a tune, but if you want to sing, be a studio vocalist where you do background vocals for people, or go on tour and do backgrounds for people. But you as a solo artist, without the proper vocal training, is not cutting it. Y'all, first of all, she was singing with the track, and then when you heard her outside of the track, she sounded a mess. And I hate to be like that because I'm here for Tracey. I'm so glad she's definitely come out of her shell. Like, if you watched her since season 1 up until now, she's definitely come out of her shell. And I'm here for it. But, baby, singing is not for you. Okay, and if y'all wondering, yes, I'm going, story by story, because it took Tracey like 45 minutes before she actually got on stage to perform, and I ain't going back and forth. I'm just not. So anyway, Tracey, after she performs, everybody blows her head up and let her know that, she did good. Her manager was even like, from rehearsal to, you being upset about Kevin to now, you've come a long way and I'm proud of you. And I'm like, why you lie to that woman like that? Don't lie to her. You don't gotta lie to her like that. Like, she ain't gonna never get better if people constantly lie to her. But anyway, so after that, she prepares to go to fly to Atlanta because Trina is getting ready to have her 40th birthday party. And back in Atlanta, everybody is coming out to support Tony because Tony is getting an award presented to her by the Urban League. So everybody's there, including Tamar. And, they're there to support her. Tony receives her award and, she gets up and, she talks about how family is important. She wouldn't be where she is today, without her family. And I thought that was really sweet, because family is very important. And, you just don't want to forget, like, despite everything. And I think that's what she was saying. Like, despite the family's ups and downs, at the end of the day, it's all about family. So that was cute. I'm all for Toni Braxton. She continues to give me life. So, yeah. It was good to see her and, everybody be there for her at her award ceremony. But sad, though, even though Trina needed a little help with the singing, I was kind of a little taken aback that didn't nobody decide to say, hey, somebody got to be there for Tracey's showcase, so I'll go. At least one of the sisters should have went, and then everybody else could have went to Tony's, award ceremony. But not one went to her showcase. That was wrong. Anyway, so then we got Tamar and Mama E. Tamar and Mama E is, taking a walk with Logan, and Tamar tells Mama E that, I think I want another baby. And I knew that was going to happen because if anybody was watching, the last episode of Tamar and Vince from last season, Vince wants another baby and she kept telling him no. But it was like a no with a maybe in there. It was like, no. It wasn't like a hell no. It was just like a no. So I kind of knew that she wasn't totally against not having another baby. So she tells Mama E that, I don't want Logan to be the only child because it's all about family. And I just don't want him to be by himself. Siblings are really important. So I think I want another baby. And I'm here for it. I'm really here for it. I'm glad that she decided to do it now because it really is now or never for her. No shade, but it is. And it's really cool because as of right now, with the real being a stable income, she could do like Tamara did and just show up every day, big belly and all, and just, that's a good thing about when you have a talk show like that. You could just go to work like a regular 9 to 5. So she could collect her coin and, be big and pregnant. So I'm here for Tamar, decide to want to have another baby. She also tells Mama E that, hey, I'm going to take the sisters aside one by one and find out what the issues are between us because I really want to squash it because I love my family and I don't want it to be no more beef. I want us to really settle all of our differences. And Mama E thinks that's a good idea and she just don't want Tamar to come off defensive because Tamar does. If you don't say something that she don't agree with or you kind of criticize her, she is really quick to turn up. and get defensive. So Mama E was warning her like, hey, you got to be prepared to listen and don't be so quick to, clap back at them. So Tamar said that, she's going to take Miss Evelyn's advice and be ready to listen. So anyway, everybody's in town. Tracy has made it there for Trina's birthday party. They decided to all go out to dinner before the party. So at first, everything is all good. And, Trina's happy. And she's like, I'm having such a good time. All my sisters are here. And I just want to break. I just want to have a good time. And I don't want to talk about Gabe right now. But of course, what Tony do? Bring up Gabe's ass. So she asks what's going on with Gabe. And Trina tells her, nothing much, nothing's changed. And Tamar's like, what hasn't changed? And they keep talking, and Tamar again says, what hasn't changed? And I know a lot of people are like, well, dang. If she don't want to discuss it, why you keep trying to, force her to talk about it? And I think Tamar was just like, look, she hasn't been communicating with me, and I want to be here for her, and I want to support her, but I don't know what's going on. All I want to know is what's going on. So anyway, Trina, tells them that Gabe wants half of everything that, he wants half of everything that she has, and that Gabe has never stopped cheating on her. He's never stopped cheating on her. He's always had women. And I'm just like, But I'm not surprised, though, y'all. I'm really not. I'm not surprised that that it turned out that he hadn't stopped cheating on her. It's just a really sad situation because, like, Trina, I feel very sorry for you. Do not get it twisted. I do. But I also feel as though you had many warning signs. It's been how many instances that this guy has humiliated you and treated you like crap, and you kept going back to him. And I mean, I get it that a person has to be tired before they're really ready to move on. Like, no matter how much you care about a person and how much you want them to remove themselves from a situation, that person has to be tired. So I'm just glad that Trina is finally tired. So anyway, Tony tells her, like, what the thing is, though. We told you Gabe was an asshole. Everybody else told you Gabe was an asshole. And deep down, you knew Gabe was an asshole. Everybody can't be wrong. When everybody says something, when everybody says the same thing, everybody can't be wrong. And Tamar is like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree that just because everybody says the same thing that they're right. They might not know the whole story, or they could just be hating. Just because everybody says the same thing doesn't mean that they're right. And Tony is like, I agree with you in general, but I'm not talking in general. I'm talking about Gabe's stupid self. So, why are you coming at me? And Tony had me cracking up in the confessional. She was like, look, Tamar wants to argue about, about how just because everybody says one thing doesn't mean that they're always right. She was like, but I'm not talking about anybody. I'm talking about Gabe. And how Gabe was an asshole. So what? Is she trying to say now that Gabe wasn't an asshole when she was the main one saying that Gabe was an asshole? So anyway, they get to arguing, and Tracy is not here for it. She's just tired of them arguing, so she tries to switch the subject and lets them know that Lil Kevin is engaged. Like, this engagement is just like ruining her whole life, y'all. Like, the world is about to come to an end because this little boy is engaged. Like, you don't even know how long they're going to be engaged for. Maybe they're going to have a long engagement or whatever. But her just acting like this is the end of the world, I'm just not here for it. And like I told y'all before, while I'm here for Tracy having a storyline involving her family. I am just not here for this week's storyline. Her being upset just because little Kev is engaged. Like, she doing too much. And the sisters are telling her, like, hey, maybe he really love her, which is true. Tony was like, maybe they not having sex. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they trying to hurry up and get married so they can have sex. And I'm like, Tony, come on. They've been together 3 years. I think they don't have sex. Even if they ain't banging it out, they don't have sex before. And they're having sex on the regular. Even if they ain't had it out like rabbits, they're having sex, okay? Don't be that naive. So anyway, then we get to Trina's party. Everybody, is there. It's a masquerade party, and everybody looks beautiful. Mama E is there as Cruella de Vil. Tony is there as Storm. Vince was there as Dracula. And then we got Tamar's as Poison Ivy. I don't know who Trina and Tawanda was supposed to be, but they look good too. And so yeah, everybody's having a good time. And Trina arrives there with a date, and he's a knight in shining armor, and everybody's like, ooh, who's that? And everybody's trying to find out who he is, and Trina won't tell him. Tawanda's nosy self, she thought that she was going to be able to, figure out who he was and at least get him to say his name, but she didn't. So anyway, the next day after the party, the girls decide to meet up before Tracy and Tony gotta, fly back out. Everybody except Tamar, because Tamar had to fly back early because, she got to go back to work. So anyway, they all meet up and they talk about the party and they ask Trina who the guy was. And, she's just basically saying he's a friend. And Tony is a little bit, excuse me, y'all. I'm still trying to get over this sinus infection. So anyway, Tony is trying to, be, God, my sinuses. Anyway, excuse me. So Tony is like a little worried because she don't want Trina to be, just hurrying up and dating. She's like, she's vulnerable. She's never dated a black man before. All of a sudden, she's dating black men. She just thinks that all of this is just a knee-jerk reaction to her impending divorce. And I'm just like this. Look, however Trina wants to do it, Trina, get it how you live. If you want to date around now that you divorced, if you want to, dip into some chocolate, I say go for it. And y'all just let her live. Anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Until next time, y'all, peace and love. Bye.